Tonight we have a new student. We have Sister Mariah Lopez, and our new student is Sister Leah Lopez. And the information is coming from the reasoning book, and their title is, "What is the significance of the memorial?"
Mommy, guess what?
What?
Tuesday night we're gonna have a carnival at school. Can we go?
Oh, I know you've been wanting to go to one of the events at school, but we're not going to be able to attend this one. Remember how each year we get together as a congregation and we remember the death of Jesus? What falls on that day?
Aw, why do we do it every year anyway?
Well, why don't we look in the Bible to see why? Let's look in Luke 22, verse 19. And this is where Jesus was eating a meal with his apostles, and he was passing the bread and the wine to them and telling them what it meant. What did he say at the end in verse 19 there?
Keep doing this in remembrance of me.
So what did he tell them to do?
To keep doing it to remember him.
Yes. And let's look at another scripture in 1 Corinthians, and it's chapter 11, verse 26. Can you read that?
It says, "For as often as you eat this loaf and drink this cup, you keep proclaiming the death of the Lord until he arrives." What does proclaiming mean?
Well, it means to speak publicly or openly about something. So what do you think Jesus was telling them to do based on that definition?
To tell people about him and his death.
Yes. So far we learned what two things from the scriptures that we read?
Well, one, Jesus told us to keep passing the bread and wine to remember him. And two, to tell other people that he died.
Very good. Now let's look at two more reasons why we should remember Jesus' death. Who are the only two men that lived on earth that were perfect?
Adam and Jesus, of course.
Yes. They both listened to, yes, but did they both listen to Jehovah?
No, only Jesus did.
So why was Jesus able to? Was it because his life was just so much easier when he was here on the earth?
No, because people were really mean to him and they killed him.
Yes. So Jesus dying faithful to Jehovah is something for us to remember, because it shows that even under a lot of pressure, a perfect human can perfectly do Jehovah's will. And Jesus also dying faithful to Jehovah also praised Jehovah's name. Let's look at one more scripture and see how Jesus' death has a huge meaning for us in the future. It's in John chapter 3, verse 16. And it says, "For God loved the world so much that he gave his only begotten Son, in order that everyone exercising faith in him might not be destroyed, but have everlasting life." So, what is the one other thing that Jesus' death reminds us of?
That if we put faith in him, we can live forever. I want to be in paradise. It will be way more better than a carnival.
You're right. You know what, why don't we plan something for our friends in the congregations? You can get a couple of your friends together.
Like that pool party?
Sure.
So thank you very much, Sister Leah Lopez and Sister Martha Lopez. So how is it that a young